there, my name's Vince from mymatevince.com, and in this video today it's going to be a tea break repair. So put this video on pause, go get yourself a nice drink and let's relax for 5 or 10 minutes and see if we can get this controller working. So this is a PlayStation 4 controller and this is a version 2 with the light bar there. I got it from eBay for £10, which is a very fair price, and that includes postage. It says comes on, but analogues do not work. This has been opened and looks to be a failed DIY repair. And when I have it on the screen up here, the left analog stick is doing absolutely nothing. The D-pad's working, but yet every time I go down, it jumps straight back up again. So there's definitely something wrong with that left analog stick. So let's take it apart and see what it means by a failed repair. Should be quite interesting. So I've got a little crosshead screwdriver and I'm going to be undoing these 4 screws here. Now this controller is in remarkable condition. It's really, really clean. Now hopefully this should just pop the back out, which it does. I'm taking care here not to rip the ribbon cable just here. So I'm going to be pulling this ribbon cable straight out, like so. Okay, straight away I can see that the rumble motors are not soldered on. Oh, and also I can see now, look at all the joints here. It looks like the analog sticks have been, and a replacement has been attempted, which is exactly what the eBay said, that it was a failed DIY repair. Let's get the board out. Got another little ribbon cable up here for the touchpad, which is also working because I tested that earlier. Here we go. Right, so we have to solder those wires back on, and let's pop the caps off and see what we've got going on here. So it's the left analog stick, this one over here, and look at that, the potentiometer's missing. It looks like it left the leg behind in here, so they probably tried to get it off, damaged it, and then so they probably tried to start removing the solder maybe, and then damaged the leg there and then just gave up. They're not easy to remove. They are it's an annoying job to do. I can see it's been mangled up here as well, but that wasn't affecting the actual push down. That's just on the casing on the outside. Well, I suppose what we need to do is clean up all these solder joints here. I think the middle there is just dried. I think that's just dried flux. I think that's fine. So we need to redo all these here, and we need to pop a new potentiometer in. Now I have already bought ages ago a job lot off PlayStation 4 controller, so I'm just going to get the spares from that. Right, here we go. So I've got a spare board in here. I've still got one left here, and I've also got one in here. So I'll tell you what we'll do. Let's have a look at this one, have a look at the tracks and see what it looks like. If they don't look worn, I might just go with this one. It saves me unsoldering it. Those tracks look brand new to me. That looks in very good condition. And let's pop this back in. I'm thinking those bits go up the top, because this is like the wiper that goes in between the 2 tracks. Can you see there's 2 metal things here? So it's red between these ones here and those inner ones there, isn't it? Let's put them up there. Well, let's see if that's the right way. Yeah, that's it, with the little clip there, that side there. Let's pop this in and see what's happening. I also need to just clean up the holes because there's a piece of metal already sticking out of that hole. Now if this one's no good here, what I'll do is I'll just take the one out from here, unsolder this one and pop this one in. If that's no good, then I have got new analog sticks as well, so I'll just take them off that. Now I've got one of the biggest tip on my soldering iron because it gets a lot of heat into the board nice and quickly. There you go, it's out. Right, I'm just going to push and heat up at the same time, and hopefully it will save me having to clean all the holes out. Right, I'm struggling with that a little bit, so I'm actually going to add some leaded solder onto that, and hopefully it will make it all flow a bit better. I'm going to hold the soldering iron across all 3 contacts. There we go. Excellent. That's just, I heard that click down. So now let's push this right the way in. Right, I think I've actually pushed it down a little bit too far, so I'm going to try to ease it up a little bit. There we go, now that's clicked into place. Excellent, so you can see now that that's in its home. So this is the one for left and right, and this is the one for up and down. So now let's solder up these contacts here, let's solder up everything else on here, and we'll see what it ends up like. Just going to add a little bit of flux to each of them. Right, these ones here are going to be for the wires, so I'm just going to add some nice fresh solder to them ones there, and also the same over here. That's what's nice about using a big tip, you see, because it just heats up these no problem at all. And I've got my soldering iron right now set to 480 degrees Celsius. I'm just going to clean them up with IPA, so I'm using 99.9% isopropyl alcohol. So there we have it, you can see the joints there, and they all look nice apart from this one here which was a bit broken, but it's still making a contact, and anyway it's connected via the track to this one here, and that one's perfect. So that's just for the click down button. These are, you know, when you press in on the analog sticks, these are the little buttons here that click in, so if you ever have a problem with the clicking off it, you need to be looking at this one down here. Well, I'm happy with that, so let's get it back together and see if it's working. I'm just going to solder these wires back on. There is no, I can't see a positive and a negative written on here. So it's a motor, I'm sure it's not going to make a difference. What I'm going to do is just the way the wires come out here, I'm going to solder them on. So black up the top, red at the bottom, and then black at the bottom, red up the top. I'm going to put this ribbon cable back in now. And that all clips back together. So let's pop the screws in, then we can test it. Oh, it's already synced up to my PlayStation, which is still on downstairs. Pretty good range. Right, let's see if it's working. And check it out. It's not jumping around anymore, and now this is working fine. So I'm just going to get my son to play a bit of Rocket League, just to make sure that the right analog stick is working and not drifting, and the left one feels normal. But what a lovely fix, and I think this is the first time I've bought a controller where I feel like I don't have to scrub it clean. It is in amazing condition. Right, so here we had it. I just had a game and it's working fine. Vibration's working, camera's working. If you just move the right analog stick for me, Ben, you can see there the camera panning round. There's no stick drift at all. It's working exactly as you would expect it to work. So in this instance here, the eBay came up trumps. £10 for a controller that's very clean and working fine, and I didn't have to spend any money on it. But even if you had to buy an analog stick, they're only a few pound from places like eBay anyway. So that is it for this tea break repair. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a massive thumbs up, and please subscribe for more of these videos. Take care. Bye now.